Welcome to Mr. Jaw's class, where I, Mr. Jaw, cover educational topics in a short amount of time. Let's get started. Hello students. In this quick video, we're going to learn about concentration. So we're going to take a look at this PhET simulation, and we are going to first notice that this is the solutes. So these are various substances that can dissolve in water. Now, this liquid is known as the solvent. So this is the solute, and this here is the solvent. It's the substance that the other particle dissolves in. So let's go ahead and grab the concentration indicator, and let's add some solute. So we're going to add the drink mix, and notice that as you add the drink mix, the concentration increases. Okay, so we add drink mix, the concentration increases. Now when we add water, notice what happens to the concentration. It actually decreases. And the reason why that is because the concentration is the measure of the solute and the solvent. It's a ratio. So when I have a certain amount of drink mix, and if I add water to it, I'm increasing the water, and the drink mix stays the same. So what happens is the concentration decreases. Now if I remove the water here, notice the concentration stays the same. And the reason why that is because if I just dump this solution, I'm losing the solute and the solvent. So in other words, I'm losing the drink mix and I'm losing the water. However, if I make it evaporate, notice what happens to the concentration. The reason why this is because when I evaporate this solution, I'm just losing the solvent. I'm just losing the water. And so the concentration actually increases. Now, the next thing we want to learn about is if I keep adding the drink mix, eventually something happens. So I'm going to keep on adding, keep on adding, and then eventually, notice it says saturated. So what does this mean? Notice there's these particles at the bottom. Okay. So what saturated means is that if you can think of water like a sponge, there's only a certain amount of water that the sponge can hold. Okay. So imagine the water is a sponge, and it can absorb a certain amount of solute. Once it's sort of filled up with the solute, that solution is known as being saturated. It can't absorb any more of that particular substance. That is known as saturation. It's reached its saturation point. And so for the drink mix, this is the concentration. Notice if I keep adding the drink mix, the concentration stays the same, and you're starting to see the particles at the bottom. This is known as a heterogeneous mixture. You're creating a mixture, right? But it's not homogeneous. It's still, you could see that it's separate. It didn't dissolve on a molecular level. So today you just learned about concentration with the concentration PhET simulation. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to visit Mr. Jahlil's class to test your understanding by taking practice quizzes, or you can watch this video to continue learning. And as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.